Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, we want to thank all of our fans, our sponsors, our patrons. We appreciate all of your guys' support. Everyone that's bought us a cup of coffee, been greatly appreciated. We've had a rough couple of weeks here in the family, been out of work for a week and a half, coming up on 2 weeks thanks to our old friend COVID running through us. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time with the usual spiel, so all of you guys that are interested in what's going on with Sin City Living and what we plan on doing in the future with our live streams and upcoming events, please stick around to the end of the video or skip to the end of the video and watch. I will put most of that stuff in the ending spiel, and I will try and update it every week or two with more news. Otherwise, that being said, we're just going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. So for today's video, I want to talk about another real player, real strategy. And I can't really call it a strategy. I don't know exactly what he was thinking when he came up with this, but he might be one of the worst dice players I've ever seen. So my introduction to this player, and he's a semi-regular, we recognize him, or some of us recognize him when he comes in. And his... Like I said, it's a strategy really that sticks out in the head more than anything else. So my introduction to him when I come up to the table is he has a don't pass. I believe it was like a $15 don't pass. And he bets the field. We had a point. Don't remember what it was. He did no lay. And then he did, I want to say it was 81 across. Now, as he's throwing, he keeps throwing. If I recall correctly, he threw a couple of horn numbers. It was a really quick roll when I sat down. He threw a couple of horn numbers. Then he threw like an 8 or something like that. And then he threw a winning point. Now, once he threw the winning point, he switched things up. Now, again, he was the shooter, so that's what made it kind of interesting was how he switched things up. Or the fact that he switched things up. Thank you, everybody, by the way, for the coffees. Very appreciated. And please email us some strategies, some questions, something you'd like to see us film. I'd love to get some more emails from you guys. So he hits the winning point, and he takes all his bets down, goes to the pass line, does just a pass line, for, again, $15, sets a point, didn't matter what it was, and almost immediately threw a 7 out. And I'm like, okay, well, he started with the don't pass, and he switched to a pass line because he made a point. I see people do that. They'll play from the don't pass, but if they make their point, they'll go, okay, maybe I'm about to go on a good roll, so they switch over to the pass line. I see that. I see that fairly often. But as we continued through the roll, he got more and more baffling. So we switched to another shooter. He does a pass line bet, but he bets a two-way 4 and a two-way 10, but he's heavy on the hard 4. So he's got $2 on the hard 4. Like, okay, that's, some people will do that. It was kind of strange to me because the previous point wasn't a 4 or a 10. That's typically when people will hop that stuff. But okay, that's legit. So the roll starts going. Player sets a point. Don't remember exactly what the point was. Doesn't matter. And he doesn't bet anything else, but he bets this two-way 4 and this two-way 10 every single roll. Every single roll. Occasionally he throws in like a C&E or an 11-12, but this 5 action is every single roll. So I just kind of got curious. When I notice someone is betting the same thing every single roll, that's a one-time bet. I get kind of curious, and I just can't help myself. In the back of my head, I start to keep track. I did this all the time when I would even count on, if I was dealing on this side, I would even count on the other side if it was slow enough. So I'm kind of keeping track as he does his O's on occasion and his 12s and this bet every single time with no other bets. And by the time he hit one, and when he hits, on a low side, he gets paid $11 because he has 5 action, right? So by the time he hit and got paid $11, he was $73 invested in his hot bet, in his basically craps roulette is what I call it, because you're playing roulette on the craps table. We're slightly almost the exact same odds and slightly worse and significantly worse payouts. So on his craps roulette bet here that he's doing every single roll, finally gets paid $11 on $73 in action that he's bet and lost up to this point. And before I get to the next part of his strategy, I do want to say I continue to keep track. The next time he won $11, he was somewhere around $121 invested into it. And when he finally hit a hard four, he was over $200 invested in it, and he got paid $56. So once it was all said and done, by the end of his trip to the tables, if I take out what he had won from what he had put in, he had ended up costing himself over $200 on this every single time hot bet. But this isn't even the sole part of his strategy, because then after a little while, he switched it up, or not switched it up, he added again, and he went back to his 81 across. Only when something hits, let's say the 6 hits. If the 6 hits, he would come down, right? He would bring himself down. So he makes a $21 profit, plus he gets his $18 back. And he would do this, I would say, somewhere between 80 to 90% of the time. If something hit, he would come down. But then 1 in 10, 1 in 5 times, he would either same bet, or he would actually press it. But there was no rhyme or reason. It was just kind of randomly all over the place. But if he did same bet, or if he did press it, the next time he would come down. So as I'm sitting here watching him play, I was trying to figure out where his winning situation was, where his winning condition was. He's costing himself $5 a roll on his hoppers, and every so often it's going to hit, but for the most part, he was costing himself $5 a roll, and he would pull down his bets after they hit once. So, you know, if he catches a roll where the 7 out comes after the first roll, he made 21 in profit, plus he got his 18 back, but he still has 43 here. So he loses $22 plus that 15 right there on the pass line, so he loses $37. Now, if he gets 2 hits of a number, then he'll make $42 while losing $45. So he's losing $3 plus his $5. So he's losing over $50 there. So where exactly is his winning spot? He's not looking for the same number to hit multiple times so he can get paid better and better. He's not really looking for anything, and he seems so mystified by the fact that he lost. And he loses every single time he plays. But the reason he loses every single time he plays is because he's not trying to win. Like, there is actually no spot where he wins. I would say his win condition would be hitting that 1 in 36 chance of a hard 4, hitting that, say, 5 times in a row. That might be his winning condition. Otherwise, he's got no spot. He's got no spot like the 10 rolls out of 7 or 8 rolls out of 7, because if he manages to hit every single one of these numbers, theoretically he would make a little bit of a profit. But now his bets have come down, and he's losing $5 every single roll on his hoppers, and then eventually on the 7 out he'll lose that pass line. So again, he's got no spot where he can win. Like, he didn't actually think through his strategy of how can I win, how can I make money. So a lot of us consider him one of the worst dice players we've ever seen, just because he just really has no real strategy in order to actually win money. Just has a strategy to lose money theoretically slower. I think that might be how he came across the strategy. Like, a lot of strategies are designed to lose money slower, but he actually loses money pretty damn quick. So I don't know. I just thought you guys might find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, just plain fun. And thank you everybody for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye now. Okay, everybody, and as promised, all the usual blah blah that I try and do at the beginning of the video, we're going to go ahead and put near the end of the video. And here we go. So thank you everybody for your usual patronage. All of you that are patrons of ours, we very, very much appreciate it. Thank you everybody who's been buying us a cup of coffee.
love to say it's going to coffee right now, but this month with the entire family out for COVID, it's honestly going to Bill's and probably the kid's birthday in a week. But we definitely appreciate it. We're going to continue working on these live streams. I know you guys have seen some of them popping up. Just got to figure out the look of it, and some of the audio is still giving me issues. But hopefully we'll be getting those live streams and the craps tournaments going as soon as possible. Really just going to depend on scheduling. My schedule changed, Amy's schedule changed, kids' school schedule is fun. So once we figure out exactly how all those schedules are going to work, we'll let everybody know. And otherwise, please continue emailing us with anything you would like to see videoed. And again, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.